Hi everyone, Holly Pike here from SVG for Fun and Profit. Today we're going to talk about installing fonts on your Mac. I get this question about 4 or 5 times a week. What do I do with the font when I buy it or I download it? It's all zipped up. I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to install it. All very fair questions. So let's go ahead and go through the process so that you can see how to install a font for use in Silhouette Studio or Cricut or Scan and Cut or Sure Cuts a Lot. Once it's installed on your computer, you can use it in all those programs. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go and navigate to where I'm keeping all of my fonts. Hopefully you keep your fonts in one place safely. And I'm going to use Creative Fabrica. It's one of my favorite sources for fonts. And all of these that have a folder are unzipped. Some of them are installed and some of them are not. But I'm going to start with this one right here. 212-US-dings. I'm going to double left click and it's going to unzip it. Notice the folder up here. Let's just grab this guy and drop that zip file into the folder. I'll open the folder and here you see OTF for open type font and TTF for true type font. Either one should work. I'm going to use the true type font. I'm going to double left click and this box opens up. And it says, do you want to install this? And I say, yes, install the font. Well, on a Mac, a program called Font Book opens up. And it installs all the fonts that you install when you unzip them and install them into the user. So you can see this is right here. This is all the states, all the dingbats for the states. So that's great, but what if you need to track whose font you're using because maybe you want to mark it that you're using a specific font? That's where the collections come in handy. If you come over here to collections, you'll see that I have craft bundles, Creative Fabrica, defonts. I can go right on this collection word and right click and say, let's start a new collection. And I'll name it test. Now I have a test folder. So what I do is when I install a font, it automatically highlights in Font Book when it's installed. So I will left click, hold, and drag it down into the folder from where I got it. It'll still stay in all your fonts list and it's still available in your software, but now you can look and say, oh, okay, I got this from Creative Fabrica, and you can tell people where you got your font from. Okay, so it's really very simple. So let's do it again. I'm going to back up and let's go down here and let's just take the next one. This one happens to be Abingdon, and I'm going to unzip with a double click. It's going to put it up at top, so I'm going to grab it, left click, drag, right there. Open the folder. I'm going to click True Type Font, and it says, here's a sample. It's not installed. It tells you right here it's not installed, so you can't double install something. And it says, do you want to install this? I'm like, yeah, it looks kind of cool. I think I'll install it. Okay, so it's right here. See how it's highlighted? I'm going to drag that over into Creative Fabrica. So I know now when I use the Abingdon font, I can come in here and say, where did I get that font from? And I can tell my customers or my friends what fonts I used. Okay, so that's using a zip file. Now, what if it's already unzipped? Well, pretty simple. It's the same thing. Let's just double click on this font right here. Double click. It does the same thing. It opens up Font Book and it opens up this, do you want to install? And it says it's not installed. So I'll say yes. And see how it highlights it? Now I'll grab that and drop that into Creative Fabrica. Now do keep in mind that once you install fonts, you probably want to reboot your computer. Some programs don't make those fonts visible until you reboot. Make sure that your Silhouette software, your Cricut, or your Scan and Cut software, Sure Cuts a Lot, are closed, and then reboot your computer and open them up. And when you do, your fonts should be available to you at that time. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for joining me. Again, this is Holly Pike from SVG for Fun and Profit.